So what have I got here for you? This is a very interesting project that I decided to record, and it's because Godfrey here, who came on a workshop recently, brought quite a few trees, and this was one that we held over to do the video. As you can see, it's our famous Picea dwarf Alberta spruce, very, very healthy, like all of your trees, Godfrey, and meant to be a forest which has got 4 classic 9 trees. So the classic numbers, but it's become a bit overgrown because it's too healthy. So sometimes you have too much of a good thing. So you tell me the history, please, Godfrey. When did you start
Well, as you
it?
say, about 9 or 10 years ago, I came to a workshop here at Herons Bonsai, and I started it off. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, I repotted it myself into this current pot here.
Okay.
But like you said, apart from trimming off surplus branches lower down, I haven't actually had the confidence to touch anything like that because I didn't know what to do.
Okay. It can go in a more conventional oval pot for groups, but we can do that maybe next year. But the main thing is to trim it now. So what strikes me, or if I can just pass on to you what classic forest groups should look like, they should look like separate trees. As it is at the moment, it's just one mass, which makes it look like one tree. It's like one conical shape, like one tree. I know it's got several trunks. But apart from that, you can't really see the individual trees. I know you can see the trunks, but you can't see the individual trees. And that is because each of the trees does not look like a tree. So what we need to achieve is to create each of these trees to look like trees. So that is quite a big ask because it's so overgrown that we've got to very carefully take back some of the branches. So let me show you what I will do to each of these. Did you plan it with any particular side as the front or not?
I think that was the front originally. But maybe
we'll have a look at it.
Maybe it's changed.
Yeah, I noticed that you've got tiny trees at the back and bigger trees at the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, so while I've got it on this side, let me show you how I would deal with this little tree for a start. So we're going to make each of these trees look like individual trees. Again, if you come close, you can see that where it doesn't get light, some of these little bits die off. So,
that's right.
And because it's a forest, I think these back branches on each of the trees don't matter so much. So even if they're dying.
So does it matter if it's bare on the inside then?
No, but it is better because you want more light to go in there. It's at the moment too congested.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to convert each of these trees into individual looking trees. So I want to emphasize the branches. And not only that, when I've done it all, each of these branches are going to be wide.
Yeah. Like we did before, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So each of the branches will have to be wide to make it more convincing. Once I've done a couple, I'll get you to do some so that you get confidence.
Okay.
You see, I'm going to
Put it down. Take off the growth that's going up.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And also there will be some wiring involved.
Yeah.
Anything sprouting up, as you say, we take off. Piceas, like most conifers, do bud back. Many people think that if you don't, or if you cut it, they don't sprout back, but they do sprout back. So I'm not too worried. That must be how I do it. I'm going to put a bag so that you can see. Let's put a handkerchief. This is a Picea trick. I tried to make each of the trees look individual. And I want to thin the branches so that they're not merging into one another. As I always say, when we thin the trees, it's one thing to be bold, but then you mustn't be foolhardy and take everything off. I've had some of my YouTube fans send me photographs of their work. And they ask, have I done the right thing? I hate to tell them that they've gone over the top. They've gone too crazy. So, although you need to be enthusiastic, you don't need to go too mad. Otherwise you end up with nothing. But unless you try it, you never learn. So, you have to try this. So can you see that tree now?
It's incredibly detailed.
See?
Yeah.
You can see each tree carefully. See, this is one tree. And that is without wiring. Can you imagine if I did wiring?
Yes.
It will look even more distinctive. Can you get a close look of this tree? Okay, now let me proceed to another one.
You've left the top slightly more dense, is that?
Yeah.
Is that right?
You want a crown. You want a crown.
Okay.
Okay, now if we come close in here, I've got Tracy as the camera person. And you see the insides, because it doesn't get light.
Right.
They've all died there.
Take them off.
So it's not anything you've done. It's just that it doesn't get enough light.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't have the courage to do it.
Now, this tree has started splitting into different leaders, as it was. So it's ended up as a tree with like 3 heads,
Yes.
which ideally we don't want. Now, if I'm faced with a situation where I have 3 leaders, which one should I take out, you see? Now, this is a usable branch. I'll try to keep this one, because this group hasn't got many low branches. I need some low branches. Now, I've got one leader coming this way, one leader going that way, and one in the middle. Now, to decide which one to take off, I have to take off 2 and leave 1. I will take this off because it's too close to this tree.
Yeah.
Because if I don't take it off, it'll merge into that tree and make it more difficult to thin the rest of it. So let me maybe leave a stub, perhaps do a little gin with that.
Yeah.
Frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like the other one you did. Nothing left.
All right. I tell you it's going to be interesting. Okay. This also I'm going to take off. 2 heads
Will
off.
this encourage any low growth lower down?
It will.
We will get growth.
Over a long time.
Over a long time, yeah. Okay.
And then the thing about doing gin is you just crush the bark and you get a bit of driftwood with that.
Right.
So it would be quite interesting. The only trouble is there is so much choice that knowing what to choose is quite a tricky thing. How do you choose how much to take off? So I've made a bit of driftwood from that. Because even in forests you sometimes get a bit of driftwood on some trees. Each of these, I think these I would have to walk.
You're taking all the growth out of every tip, aren't you? Just about.
Yes, that's right. Because if you don't get extended,
Right.
and it'll end up way out in the west.
Right.
Don't ask me if I've done such a thing before. I haven't.
You must have done.
These Piceas are so versatile. They make lovely individual trees. They make lovely forests.
Yeah.
Very much overlooked. Funny how some people never look at certain species because they think, oh, it is so common, so cheap. Why do you want to use it? Now, even before I'm wiring these branches, let's look at this tree. Can you see the effect of this tree?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's brilliant.
So now you can see the individual trees. So the whole blobby scene is going to be reduced like that.
Yeah.
Now this is a tricky one because
Yeah, that's been stunted, isn't it?
yeah, it's nice. It's good contrast because you don't want everything the same height. So the fact that you've got a variety of heights makes this very interesting. Now this is a very thick branch. I can try and keep that. No, just by sharing the ends off, I will get somewhat back.
Okay.
Do not panic. So let's look at this third tree. So this is number 3. We're beginning to see the branches of each of the trees. Now I'm going to hand the scissors over to you, or you bring your scissors, and have a go at this one.
Right, okay.
Be bold.
Taking my scissors. Excuse me.
Be bold.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You can see how.
I can.
So
Should we start with the inside?
yes, shorten the lengths of these. Shorten the lengths, like I did.
Okay.
Don't do this. So sticking to this.
What about that then? It's going
Yeah,
up.
you just take the tips out.
Even if it's going up?
No, you got to leave some green.
Okay.
Don't take them all the green. Okay, that's really good enough. Okay, try this one or this one, somewhere like that, so you still have some green.
I'm trying to get a V on a pad like we did before.
Yes.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes. But you've got to take like half of it. It's much too long.
How much should I? Okay.
Yeah, as long as you leave some green, you've got to leave green. If you don't
there?
leave green, yeah, the branch will die. Okay. So now you see this blob. You've got to, maybe this is very thick. This one is thick, so we take that off completely.
This one here?
Yeah, just leave a stub. We make a bit of gin, half inch.
Okay.
Yeah, cut it completely off. Yeah, that's good. That's it. And then these you're going to shorten. You see how long these are. So you've got to shorten it to about there.
Yeah, okay. Am I still? Yeah, okay. I'm still looking for a sort of a.
Yes,
Conical
yes.
shape,
It'll
yeah.
come. It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come.
And every year or every so often.
That's right. You've
just,
got to do it all the time.
just
Otherwise,
keep-
it'll
just-
become a blob again.
Yeah, which is what I never did.
See, by thinning it out, you suddenly realize how these trees will become like tall individual trees rather than just a mass forming a blob, which is like a single tree.
I can't see what to do. There's a bit down the back there.
Yeah, you got to take that off completely.
And that there.
That's
Yeah, I'll leave that.
leave it. Now you got to sort branches up from here. There are
Yes.
branches in there.
Yeah.
What would you do with this? Is it too close?
I think it is. I think it's interfering with these ones.
Maybe what I would do is I would cut it there.
There.
So you still got some
Okay.
branches there.
Sprung
So
up a
these
bit.
ones
We
you
did that. Yeah.
cut in half like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that is that branch done. And then this one. Okay.
This one, what about this one here?
Shorten it. Just shorten it.
Just shorten it.
Remember, always leave some green. Yeah, like that. Like ideal. Half.
Okay.
So sort all those out. That's what you're looking.
You see this?
Yeah, it is going up.
Take that off.
Yeah, the upward one.
Yeah.
Now this one, you got one going up there. Take the upward one and leave the bottom one.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, I do.
Then you don't have to do so much wiring.
That's it.
Can you see the shape of the tree now?
Yeah. It looks like a tree, doesn't it?
All right. So some more thinning there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then select your next branch.
Just working my way up.
Yeah, very good. So this still needs thinning.
Which one? That one there.
Yeah, this side now. We've got several branches here.
Too many.
Take, now that one is forming a separate leader, so that you can take off completely. Cut it off. Like that.
Yeah, that's one.
See? And then this is so long,
Yep.
then cut this upward going one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting the hang of it. Very good. And then we shorten these.
Would you go past the spur or just do,
Yeah,
do
go
each one?
past, no, go past the spur.
There. Yeah.
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 Go to the next part now.
That one there? This one coming up? What about that there, next one?
Yeah, that's insignificant.
This one.
Now you see this is shooting out in the front. I would just take it off from there.
There.
Just keep a little bit of it. And then shorten these a bit.
Yeah.
And then you make like a triangle at the very top to get a crown. No, no, don't go too drastic.
I'm getting carried away now. That's better. That's good.
Yeah, like that. You see.
Oh, we've got that one there. There's can you see? There's a,
Yeah, take that one.
and then that one that's going up. Take one.
Yeah.
Or even those two.
Those two you can take off. Like that, absolutely right. And the pointing down, leave, and then shorten it by half. But you're always looking at the overall shape like that triangle. Always bear in mind that.
Like a pad.
Yeah. Not a pad, the overall triangular shape.
Oh, I see.
Don't just look at the inside of the gate of it. Learn to look at the overall shape.
I see a shape on that one.
Yeah. You can see an invisible line, a triangle like that. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah. That's good.
One. Yeah. You see from there. Now here, deal with this so you can just there.
One at the back. Is that going up? Do we want that?
No, the one right at the back. Not that one. Not that one. The one.
Oh, the one right at the back.
Right.
Sorry, the one there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
Now be careful, don't take too much of it. Just thin them.
So just take the tips out.
No, not the tips. There are too many things. So take that back.
Okay.
Maybe take that.
This one here.
Or take the center one.
Yeah, I think the centre one's
Okay. And then take the tips off in a
Three.
triangle.
It's very dead. So we're looking at a triangle going that way
You see?
vertically.
No, not vertically.
Yeah.
Anything outside the triangle. you
Yeah.
take off. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. Very good. Yes. Absolutely right. Like that.
Yeah. A bit at the front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's have a look. See, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. We've done 4 trees. Now let's have a look at the views. In fact, this may make a very nice front. Although the trees are small, you can always even have. Look at it now.
That's
You see?
brilliant. That's brilliant.
Look at it now.
It's fantastic. Isn't
Now, this is what the whole group should look like.
it? Yeah.
Like that, where you see individual trees, not a blob.
Yes.
So this is as far as we've got with this. And the object is now to carry on bring it to the other one. One at a time.
0 or 9.
One at a time. One at a time. So we've got as far as this, I will show you. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees. So there are 4 more trees to do, and the 4 trees that remain are quite major trees. No, they're more than that. 5 trees. So this was like a twin trunk tree, but this one, as you can see, is very, very dense. So Godfrey here has got a bit timid.
Stuck.
Or stuck, so I will just assist here. Now, a lot of these branches are quite long. I usually take the very thick ones out, and halfway through the green, I take it back. Obvious brown branches or needles I take out. Anything crossing or a major branch which is looking like a leader, if you home in please, you see here, this is almost like a new leader going there. So that I will take out. Take it right out. You see how much we've taken out already? Look at that. Look at this amount we've taken out. That's a lot, isn't it? It's quite a lot. So, then anything going upwards I will take out. Then there's like a twin leader there. No problem. Still a lot there. Not many people think of using this for forest, let alone for individual trees. You know, how many people use this? Only crazy people like me use it. In the bonsai fraternity, they don't use this species. They think it can't be used for bonsai. I think I'll prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Alternate branches I'm taking out to thin it. And then you see I'm trying to make a conical shape. Every time a conical shape I have, overall conical. So you see how distinct the conical shape is? That's what I'm trying to do. So although this has got like a twin leader there, it doesn't matter because it fits in with the rest of the tree. I can thin it a little more. So that is that one done. I don't think I need that weak little one. So now let's take the bag away and see how it relates to the rest of the group. So that is that one, right?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Okay, so we still got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a twin trunk one. That twin trunk one is a bit tricky. So let me look at this one separately. So I will use the bag tip again. Normally if I did it, I wouldn't have to use a bag because I can visualize the tree without the bag. But I think for most people, I think the bag, you must admit, does help you because it separates the problem. Like anything, you know, once you isolate the problem, it begins to look more manageable. So you're not being distracted by the other trees. So I'm just looking at this tree, not being distracted by the others, and I'll just concentrate on this one. See, this one is going upwards. Can you see how this is going upwards? So that comes off. And then these are all dead branches there. I take those off. Even with a group like this less is more principle still applies. Of course, less doesn't mean zero. You mustn't go and take everything off. Huh? So this branch is locked there. Take off. And this has got like a twin trunk, complete twin trunk. pull that off. Of course, you've grown it for a purpose. You strengthen the tree. Very often when we let things just go mad, as it were, we're helping to strengthen the tree. So your efforts are not wasted.
No.
No, it makes the tree strong. And when you have a strong tree, then you can deal with it like this. So you can see how that tree is coming. Now this one on this side, I've got to deal with that.
I see.
This one, in fact, because you got, again, you chop the top, you see like you've got 3 or 4 heads there.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do? I will probably take one of them off.
That's better.
That one, maybe. I will look at it from the other side and then decide. When I turn the tree on, I will see how it's looking. Okay, let's take this away and look at it from this side, because I believe that this side is more interesting than the other side.
Yeah, it is. And you can see through it now for the first time, can't
Yeah,
you?
that's it. As we always say, when you make a group, this famous expression, birds should be able to fly through the superstructure. So you can visualize that image of little birds flying through, and you create the effect for birds to fly through, then you will have achieved your purpose in making a group. So those, look at it this side. So,
That's brilliant, isn't it?
so this side is complete like
That's
that.
fantastic.
So you're beginning to see, I haven't done any wiring. I thought I would have to wire, but I think we can get away without wiring. So there you are, this side is done.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of dead here. I just take the dead out. I'll give you the pleasure of doing one of these.
Thank you.
Okay, so how about you tackling this one?
Okay.
All right, you tackle this one.
Thank you.
And then
Thank you very much.
don't be afraid, you're doing well.
Thank you.
So if I haven't taught you anything else, putting a bag here, that is the most useful thing you will have learned.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally.
Wow. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
That one doesn't see. This, again, it's multiple branches at the top, isn't it? So I would think that one out there completely. This one?
Yes, take that out. It's going vertically. You may find the secretary's one. Okay, so look at each one.
There's some crossing there.
Far too many. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4,
But
4 in the.
this one out. This one out as well, because that's too close there.
Yeah, because it's overhanging that one. So take that one out.
Yep.
Okay.
And then that's straggling, or would you leave that?
No, don't worry. Look at the major ones first.
Major one first. Okay.
Now, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these, just pin some of these. Pin some of these.
Take the tops.
Yeah, take the top off from there.
Oh, just to here.
From here.
There, from there. Yeah.
No, from here.
Oh, from there. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, that's better. Go out.
So some of the major stuff.
That one there?
Take that one. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's the tops. Okay.
And that one's starting up. Take maybe from there.
From here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And then shorten all of them. Shorten them.
That one's going up.
Cut off about an inch.
That one's going up. Should I take it off or leave it?
Yeah, like that. You do all of them like that.
Okay.
Yeah, all
And try and get a V.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you come close with the camera, I will show you on this one. See this one coming up. Okay. I'll just take your attention. Now, this one's sprouting up like that. You see?
Yeah.
I think I can
Take this one
use
off
this
here.
one. All that will be off.
This top here.
Yeah, whole thing off. So
Yeah,
it goes
that's
out
better.
like that.
That's better.
Outwards like that.
Nice shape.
Not upwards.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's too much there. There's too much there.
Yeah.
This can come off completely.
Right. Let's use that.
Huh? So you're being really bold, you know?
I am.
Don't cut the whole tree
No, I
off.
can't do that. It's too 10 years work down the drain.
And then here you got the 10 days.
Yeah. Oh, it's very dense, isn't it? Again, we've got two. It's V from there. I'm not sure.
Okay, again,
Will you take
remember
one
what
out?
I taught you?
Yeah.
Like that one? Take that
This
one
one?
from there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
okay. You
That's-
wouldn't have done it.
Oh,
okay?
no, that's fine.
Yeah,
No,
I've just shortened
I
this
missed
by
it.
about half. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you get the general idea.
Yeah.
Good. And then over here, there's this one going vertically. You don't need that.
This one here,
Take one. Take this
from
one.
the back.
You know
Where is
what I'm talking about.
Turn on that one there.
Okay, all right. No harm. No harm. Okay, now this one you can thin out a bit. It's a very dense plant. This part, thin that one some more. Show me how you thin this one.
Yeah, there's a bit of growth.
To begin with, if
there.
you just shear an inch of all the ends and then see how it looks,
Right.
and then go in if it's so it's very dense here. Just take some of those.
I would take that one out
Yeah,
there,
that's
I would
it.
think. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the biggest branch though, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's have a look at the whole thing.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
Okay, so now you can see the branches, which is the main thing.
Just
So
one
we have
left?
now one left. Do you want to do it?
I'll let you do it.
Okay, okay, let's do it. So
You can have the honour. It looks like a proper forest here.
yes, that's right. So you can see that tree is like that.
That's
What we
incredible.
call a blob. You don't want the blobby effect. So let's discover the branches. And where the branches are sprouting upwards, like this one, there's a fork going up, I'll take the upward one. Just let the horizontal ones go and shorten them to about half. Things which are shooting straight out at you, I can probably take that off. Keep the ones going sideways. This one has more or less like a twin trunk. If you come close, you can see.
Yeah.
Tracy, can you see here? It's got like two heads, that and that. I'm going to be really bold. I'm going to be really bold. I'm going to take this off. All that off.
Yeah.
See, you can now see the tree.
You can.
See, just by doing that, you
Yeah.
can see the tree.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised that I was able to create the tree effect without having to wire. I haven't done any wiring to any of the branches. And yet, they're looking like trees now. See, that looks like a tree now, not a blob. So,
Wow, look at that. That's fantastic.
there you are. How about that? And that is without wiring. And although we thought the branches were all at the top, I've managed to give the effect where the branches are quite low. So you can see all. Now, can you imagine if you have a nice oval pot?
Yeah.
So it looks nice from every side, from that side, this side.
It'd be brilliant. You've not trimmed the tops out, have you, at all?
No, I shortened it.
Oh, you have shortened it?
Yeah, done this. I'll go around and just
Because
keep taking the tips off.
Because I was going to say you want to
Yeah.
force the growth down low,
That's
don't you?
right.
Yeah.
And then you still can see that very rough conical shape there. So that is what you want as well. And if there are still some dead pieces you can take out. So we've achieved it. So it's nice on this side. And I think it's also nice from this side. So it's nice from every side.
I still think this is the front.
Yes, yes. But it can be used from either
Both
side.
sides, yeah.
So there you go. I hope you learned something from it.
I have.
And I hope the viewers have also learned something, how to trim a Picea forest and look at the trimming. I reckon we've taken 70% of the foliage. Look at it on the ground.
Yeah.
And here. 70% we've taken out. So that is the amount you have to take out to create that effect. While I've got that there, let me just show you. This is a forest I put together back in April. This is a large forest, just in April. So it's only had 4 months of growth. 4 months of growth. These 1 meter tall things. I let it grow deliberately to strengthen the tree. I'm not always in a rush to keep clipping all the time. I want the trees to get strong. You see, I made some attempts at wiring the branches down because ideally you want to wire all the branches downwards to make them look more tree-like, because left to their own devices, every tree will send branches sprouting upwards. So now as we're approaching autumn, I can cut some of these back. It will still encourage the tree to form secondary buds by doing this. Larch is certainly one of my favorites for making forest. And especially when they are mature. These trees are probably only like 3 going on 4 years old. I've got a group at Wisley which must have been made in, I think, 74. So it's over 40, nearly 50 years old. And you should see it. They're small, but the trunks are exquisite. Short and really gnarled trunks. The tallest tree is very tall. So that's how I trim them. So this is how you tackle creation of forests. So this is only 4 months of development. So can you imagine after 4 years, it'll be unrecognizable. It'll be so nice. So this is how we started. But this one you said has had 9 or 10 years.
9 or 10 years.
9 or 10 years.
So to end.
It's looking really mature. So this is a lovely forest. So I hope you've enjoyed this one.
Yes,
thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you, Peter. It's been brilliant. Thank you. Wow, that looks, I can't believe that. That's fantastic, isn't it? Eh? I never thought it would look like that. Did you? You obviously did, didn't you?
Well, I always look at it as a blank slate, clean slate. I don't have any idea how it'll turn out, but I have a vague idea that it is possible. I never panic and say it can't be done.
It's fantastic.
Although
It really
all the
is.
growth on the top, now the growths, you can see the bottom branches are still usable there.
Yeah, they are. I just imagined they'd all come off. But it's in balance now because the top was so thick. These looked insignificant, and they don't now, do they?
Okay. All right.
It's brilliant.
So there you are. Great.